Okay, I'm on, I think. So yes, I can't seem to be using the controller vibration, yes, but the controller isn't on for me. Simplified controls, WASD space. I need to jump in the office. Okay, so I can't seem to use the controller. Crouch control. Auto walk, left, right click. E is interact. Video, audio. Should I make it softer? I hope it's an okay audio. Okay, back. Begin. I guess I'm beginning the Stanley Parable. The end is never the end is never the end is never the end. Very ominous. Loading. Click
This
to
is the
skip.
story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Okay.
Employee number 427.
Wow, you have your own office?
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month.
Stanley does not
of
decorate
every
his
year.
cube.
And although others might have considered it soul-rending,
He doesn't have a
relished
window.
every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made
Is Stanley
exactly
like a
for this
bot?
job.
Is he a robot?
Stanley
I'm paying
was
attention.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Better not be
He had been at
haunted.
his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on
Did
the
he
monitor
come to
for
work
him
on a
to follow.
holiday?
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting,
It was a
or
holiday.
even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened.
Better
This
not have jump
complete
scares.
isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, am I supposed to move? I'm moving! And I can't use the controller. Boo! Okay, let me switch it off. Dude, I really hate these graphics because that's usually what they use to.
This is much updated. This is so much fancier than the original.
It's so I don't like
It's so
these
much fancier
kinds
than the original.
of 3D because that's what they usually use for the
first one
ghost
was like
stories.
Doom graphics, okay?
Okay.
Not that bad, but like Half-Life 2
Dude,
graphics.
how do I even get this lamp? Can I jump? I can't jump. It's so messy. Okay, I guess. Can I call someone? Huh? Is this? Okay, I decided to step outside, but I don't want to step outside. I don't want to have a jump scare.
There are no jumps. I don't remember any jump scares.
Hello. I hate Monday. I can't read. I can't seem to read the. Okay, I guess I'm going out.
All of his co-workers were
Oh.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. I can't see outside. Is Stanley dead? Is this limbo? Oh, hey, this is on. I just switched it off. Dude, this is low-key creepy leh. No, actually it's high-key creepy.
I think that's all it'll ever be, though. So.
I tell you, even somebody just walking creepily
Just play
or
the
just
game.
standing there is going to be a jump. It's considered a jump scare to me, okay?
Just play the game.
Everybody has a standard I hate Mondays mark. Dude, I can't remember how to go back to can I not full screen?
No, you should full screen. I'm not
When
trying to...
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now I'm paying attention.
If I go to the right, would there be a jump scare?
There are no jump scares that I recall in this game.
Yes, but it's also not that high def in your game, right?
There are no jump scares, even by your definition, that I recall in this game. It's not that kind of game.
Okay.
I take it back.
Let me
I take it back.
out.
Apparently that is
Let
a
me
jump
out.
scare.
This is a fucking haunted office. I tell you, if I have nightmares tonight, it's a dark room. It's a dark room.
This is not Nightmare Room.
Okay. This is a meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Where's the boss's office? Targets. Push for funding. I heard something.
It's not a horror game.
It's not.
No.
Confirm.
I'm not gaslighting you. I'm not lying to you.
Get Chris out of the broom closet. There's someone in the...
The most it is creepy.
Not cost efficient. Standard graphs 40 times wide. Synergize papers. Ongoing. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of redacted. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. Employee. I'm 427. 41745491 416431 and Jim. Okay. It's this meeting room. Floor or something. RIP friends. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Oh. Okay. Oh, it's the projector sound. To synergize core value expenditures, shift global market para something, monetize free to
Paradigm,
play.
probably.
Monetize free to play. Help, I'm a post-it. Use slides to assure employees everyone is unique. You most of all. I'm so creeped out. Broom closet, broom closet, broom closet. Chris, are you here? Okay.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Hey, I'm scared leh. I'm very scared. This is not the boss's office.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whoa, it's red. What is this? This is so distasteful. Executive bathroom. I don't want to go to a creepy toilet. Wow. Dude, this looks like Mr. Burns's office. Hello?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
What?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to
I don't have
input
a cursor,
anything on the
though.
device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the
That's
combination was
You
2845.
do have a cursor.
Yeah.
In the middle of the fucking screen.
I don't have an arrow though.
You don't need an arrow. It's the middle.
2845.
It's
Cute.
literally the middle of the screen.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in.
What?
And the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Okay. A door just opened. Is this exactly how you remembered it?
It's a little bit better. It's a little bit more.
The story
refined.
steps, because
They've added a few things. They've added a few lines of dialogue, but more or less, yeah.
this is
Also, I didn't do everything there's possible to do. Played a long time ago.
I'm scared.
I know, you'll be scared because that's how you is.
What is the most creepy thing that will happen?
The door shutting on you is probably it.
You won't get
Descending
random
deeper into the
people
building,
coming out.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It
Do I
was
need
a
to pull-
stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
You should really think about what the narrator is saying.
I'm free to
not-
do whatever I want.
The game is very meta.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh yeah.
No. But then, how am I going to progress the story? Escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
It's not a horror game. But it. I'll put it this way: it's not a horror game, but death is possible.
I paid money for this!
It's a great game. It's perfect for your stream.
I don't want my stream to be a reaction stream. I just want to play cute stuff.
This is a pretty cute game.
No, it's not! Why is this materializing? Why is...
Just fog. Your brain puts monsters everywhere. Like
I'm just going... I'm not seeing...
well, you missed the
The
secret
door
room.
behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
If you're scared, why don't you turn around?
What room? What secret room?
I was just lying because you weren't looking.
Okay, I'm going forward.
You're gonna go to your certain death? Like
Yes.
the narrator said? Okay.
The narrator may be wrong.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yes! What could go wrong?
You're so uncomfortable, aren't you? Yeah, you might want to look now. You might want to look now. It's not. There's no jump scares.
Okay.
I do not recall any jump scares.
But did you walk this path?
The level design's a bit different. Basic story beats are there.
Hello? What's this? How high is this?
They've redesigned the levels. It's the story beat are the same, but I can't.
Is this a
I
slide
can't-
down?
I can't tell you. I remember like specific bits.
If I die, what happens? Do I restart the game?
Yeah, the game over. The game's just over. And you can play a different path. It's a game of choices. That's all it is. And I shouldn't have said that much.
No, that makes me feel much better. Okay. I will what's out.
I think I said it was a game of choices earlier, so I don't feel bad.
Yeah, a game of choices, but like a horror game can also be a game of choices.
I'm not secretly tricking you into playing a horror game.
This looks quite horrifying though.
I need one of your streamer people to show up and back me up because you just patently don't believe me.
It's like someone saying it's not spicy when they can eat spice.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Cool.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Huh. Oh, people work here too.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Nice.
Their true nature
Where is
revealed.
427?
Each bore the number of an employee in the
Ooh.
building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
427 is here.
Are you considering about... Never mind. I don't want to... You should really think. Just think. A lot.
I'm being mind controlled. What does it say? Employee observation protocol. If despite adherence to protocol 2A and protocol 2B, an employee leaves the office during work hours and a system loop has failed, you must terminate. Please note that employee 432 is a test case, while the need for procedure 2A to 2C need not apply. In the event of 432 attempting to leave the office, contact supervisor and then contact 432 price door. prize pool. Prize pool? They have a prize pool. If a monitoring screen fails to initialize contact maintenance and temporarily switch control over to desk screen. In the case of a class 4 event, close system gates and consult with supervisor. In the case of a class 3 event, close system gates and consult with supervisor. Prime your consoles for info dump. Okay, that's a lot of... I don't know what to think. Urgent. Employees should never, under any circumstances... And then the rest of the page is torn out.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Fired. 104. Who's on top? 39. Pirate. Employee pirate. There is a pirate employee. So these are all the rooms that I can open? Okay.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
What? It's so dark.
Like you said, blind to the world. You should really think about what he's saying.
I am. I'm taking it.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
Yes.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Why would I want to do that though? Console disabled.
That's an excellent question, Ren.
Why would I want to dismantle this?
That's an excellent question.
How do I... Did I come from here? Mind control, idle. Did I come from here? System power. It's here.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Somebody's controlling me to think that. I can't read, it's too small.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yes, I did.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Yes.
Control?
Yes. Fuck off.
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so
I'm a
much
machine,
that machine
of
can
course.
do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave.
Why? Why
If you
would
want
I...
to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that.
I don't
I'm
like being
afraid you
told
don't
what to
have
do.
nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Oh.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA
off,
identification,
off.
nuclear detonators are set to explode,
Off.
eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off.
How do I
But
escape?
what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know who your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
I don't.
Or did you just
Stanley is
assume when you saw
dumb.
that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it on?
Yeah.
I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones.
Oh, how
or
do
maybe
you
this
know?
big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge.
40
It's a
minutes.
tragedy.
No,
You
39
wanted to
seconds.
control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you...
Goodbye, employee 427. Fuck.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just
Goodbye,
you being
employee
blown to
427.
pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
I died? Oh my god, I redo. This is a regression. This is a regression.
No, there's no regression. You died.
I died, so I am like redoing
So-
this.
No? You're just the beginning of the story.
Yeah, so like,
There's no regression.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley
Your
looked,
face
he
is-
couldn't find a trace of his
Everything I
co-workers.
ever wanted.
Stanley went around
Yeah.
touching every little thing in the office,
You did
but
not.
it didn't make a single
died.
difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I told you, sometimes he just watches you push buttons forever.
I don't want to go through this creepy office again.
This is the game.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I am immune.
I got a weird achievement.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I'm trying to press it.
Your keypad.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I also don't have a crosshair.
Hit escape.
You see, there's a controller thingy. I don't have that. Video controls.
Oh, interact.
Interact. E.
Yeah. Interact the dish to the left now.
Huh?
Hit E.
E.
2845.
Yeah.
I can't. There's no crosshairs. So like,
you just have a very terrible sense of where you're centered.
yes.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all
I don't
by itself, and
want.
Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
It's so creepy. So this is my second run.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can call it a day then. Like, I've played for how long?
You should play a few.
32 minutes. I don't like repeating myself though.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Why? What's the other option? Escape?
The lights rose
to
on
die?
an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
There's one that's glitched.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power. Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Was it?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
Is this
Perhaps
even
his
a
goal
window?
had not been to understand,
Or it's like a
but to let
projection.
go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was
This looks
perhaps
fake.
the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
This looks fake.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
What? I completed it! Okay, that's it. That's the end of the game. Yay. No! No! Okay, I shall escape now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
This is
Perhaps he had simply
$8.
missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, why not? Nice.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Hello, Blob. I'm really creeped out. I'm super scared. But this is my third round
Really, really worth it being here in the
right
room.
now.
A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Like, I don't like playing games that have these kinds of graphics because usually
At this
horror
point,
games
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy
would
and
use
reflected poorly on his overall
these types of
personality.
graphics.
It's possible that this is why everyone left. But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
What? Oh, whose room is this? This is nice. Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. A4.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So the first time I pressed the wrong button. Yeah? Ah, shit, I missed it. Okay, I'll be catching the VOD. But skimming the VOD maybe. Did y'all like finish the game? Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
You beat Jade on.
Stop
You
trying
did
to
2
make
missions
every
out. That's
decision
okay.
by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who is her? Who is she?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been
What are we
waiting.
talking about? I don't want to be talking about strangers I don't know.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you
Dude,
had a
I'm so
loving
creeped
wife
out.
who'd want to commit their life to you?
Is this real?
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Ugh. Ugh.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Press B on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him.
I can go
and
in.
every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Please press U. B. B. U.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing
This
exactly
just...
what he's told
I am
to
recreating my
do. Now he's
my
pushing a
office.
button. Now he's eating lunch. Now
Go away.
he's going home.
Go away.
Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
No. No.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Like watching other people play this.
And so he began to
They
fantasize
realized
about
when
his
they
own
were
job.
talking to
First, he
playing
imagined
it.
that one day while at
Not
work, he
Stanley.
stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his
but you haven't
co-workers,
made
his
that
boss,
connection, have you?
everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay
This is
behind each
narrating
door.
what
The
happened.
mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
Dude, I'm slowly recreating
Down
my
one
office
path
and I
lay
have
an
to
enormous
redo
round
this.
room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby.
What?
And he called it the Stanley Parable.
M to tell your kids the story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again and then again, and again, over and over,
No, I
wishing beyond
completed the
hope that it would
game.
never end, that he might
I'm
always
good.
feel this
I
free.
completed the game on my
Surely
second
there's an
try.
answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Tell my wife I love her.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he
Use my
always
off
has.
breeze
Nothing has
again.
changed. The longer he spends here, the
listening
more
to him
invested he gets,
at
the
all.
more he forgets which life is the real one.
Press M to go to
And I'm
sleep.
trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
You listen to him or do what the screen says?
What is the timer? Can I leave this on? Alright, Blob. Thanks for dropping by.
Blob, you are meant to mock her and torture her for not noticing the meta nature of the game.
This screen may just be the same by the time you leave. I don't know if I want to press. I'm feeling quite defiant. I don't want a Groundhog
That's a
Day.
normal feeling playing the Stanley Parable. Have you tried leaving?
No, I cannot leave. I tried. I can't jump.
Yeah.
I have new stationery. I don't think I had a pencil sharpener. The light looks like a button. The time now is... Where's the small hand? Oh. 10:55. Let's wait 1 minute. Oh, that sound of the keyboard. That's Cass's keyboard. Do I need to wait 5 minutes? Fine. 1 minute's over.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press O to question nothing.
I suppose
Well,
I
you've been doing
can't,
a lot of that
not in the
already.
way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please
And
die.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Holy crap. I died.
Yeah. That's why I said there's no real jump scares, but you can die.
Okay, no, that kind of death is
All of his
fine.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set
I
of
think I
2
should
open
escape.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
To certain death.
Is it really certain death?
I don't remember. They
Yet there was
changed
not
the
a single
name.
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I hate this gaudy office. I'm gonna go to the toilet. Hey. Wow, this is nice. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the bosses suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Extreme bathrooms. I don't see a mirror. Okay. I can't go in. Can I go in? Oh, here. The beige pages instead of the yellow pages. Business time. No. Oh. What's this? It's so creepy. There's a lift. Business strategy, putting a gun to a panda. Can I actually press the button? Oh! Bye! Oh my god, I don't want to open it and something is there, okay?
Step forward.
It's moving.
2, 3, 4.
The narrator is like humming along as well. How high is this building? I do not like this game. I don't like this game.
This game is all choices and you don't like it.
It's too creepy. If you give me a cozy looking Stanley's Parable, I will take it. I will take it. This is too creepy. I just keep like that mannequin being there and the mannequin moving is... Do you know that I'm also scared of mannequins? I'm scared of a lot of things,
I'm
including
so shocked
mannequins.
you're scared of more things.
Am I just gonna die in the lift? Hey, this is the same fucking place.
Stanley's Parable.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans,
This is a different
half sobs,
script.
the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour.
What?
But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the
Oh,
boss's
yay.
desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that
It's
no man
interesting.
could ever hope to guess it.
That
2845.
okay, let me try again. 2.
Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly, ever.
I cannot press them. 2. This is the middle. 4.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the
2.
combination was 2845.
I'm trying. I know. Okay. God damn it. I don't have a crosshair. I can't tell where the center of the screen
2845.
is. I'm really having difficulties. 2. 2. 8. Okay.
But it turns out that the panel's
almost
emergency
there, I'm almost
override
there.
kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Okay, I'm going to escape.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I'm watching through the small screen on my
The door
OBS.
behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I died. It really was a death. Oh, wait! What? Ah! I'm alive?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger
Ooh.
picture. He doesn't know the real story,
Cool.
trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss,
Nice.
like plucking the eyeballs
I
from
can't
a blind man.
leave though.
And so he resigned
jump out.
and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Bye-bye. I can't jump.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Am I a cube?
That's different. What I remember is if you do that, you get dragged into some. You get on a platform and you can't leave, and then you wind up.
And
in a
yet it would be
fire
just a
and you
few
die.
minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
What the hell?
This is different. Great.
Which means that you don't know if there are any jump scares.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Is that Claudia Black?
I don't know. Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the 2 doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration.
Yeah, in the first game, when you took that path and you were on the platform, the inevitable death was true. You died. You get fire. You get literally dropped into a fire pit.
Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure that the player reaches the 2 doors in a good time. Filing cabinets. This is a museum. This is an
Of the
exhibit.
Stanley Parable
This is my desk.
of the first game.
The office. Of the first game. So it also looked 3D.
Yeah.
Button sounds. A selection of sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Huh. Office computer. Solitaire! Why am I just switching it off? Installing Chart Pro. Employee database. Kevin Brighting as narrator. Based on the work of the Stanley Parable 2013 team, but there is no credits for the female narrator.
Do you believe this museum is real?
It could be.
It could be. It's also possible where it's real.
Dude,
and still
there
just
is
a layer.
a guy named Cas Van der Poel. CAS.
Is it the original creator? I don't remember.
Original creator. Written and designed by David Reardon and William Pugh. Developed by Crows. Art direction Dominic Johan. Audio direction Tom Skley.
Sounds like proper credits.
Yeah. 431 to 436. Maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. Whoa. Ultra Deluxe announcements. In December 2018, we announced the Ultra Deluxe version of the Stanley Parable at the Game Awards. These are screenshots of the videos we made for the announcement and the game's delay. Fun. It looks like a Hadron Collider, but it's the video screens. We are at a museum. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Huh. So, alien base. Okay. Dude, this is way too many rooms for me to keep track of. The lounge. That's an old lounge, I think. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Huh. The cargo lift. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. Okay. Too many rooms, man. I am lost now. Maintenance layout. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right since players will replay them so many times. We discussed the number of designs, but ultimately was the simplest version that won out. Okay. Obey, disobey, lounge, vent. Vent? To confusion ending, staircase. Okay. Two options. Okay. Meeting room. I think I haven't been in here. Zending levers. These levers were originally a part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. Okay. Zending. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. That looks like the Japanese flag. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. Okay. Countdown desk. This is a lot of spoilers. Oh!
I'm not gonna remember any of them.
One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. That scared me. I got like, my hair stood up. For a time, the elevator and the monitor room could go up or down with the freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead. Okay, the countdown room. Early version of that. On, off. What is this?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Oh!
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
How?
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Player.
Sorry, what do you say?
The narrator's talking to you.
Okay.
It's chosen the name Stanley, but
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
it's an analogy. It's very meta. It's recursive.
Okay. Oh my god. This is too creepy. I'll do one last run. I want to go
All of his
downstairs.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to
wanna
go to the
look
meeting
at
room.
something
Perhaps he had
nice.
simply missed a memo.
After this.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How long have I been playing? 1 hour. Okay, that's a good time.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This is raid! This is raid! This is the maintenance room. Hey, here's a car.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
Oh my God.
What a relief Stanley felt
It is
to have finally
repeating.
found an answer, an explanation.
12.
His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon.
Oh, I'm so
I'll have to go
creeped
back
out.
to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
No.
Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I'm not okay.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Who?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings,
What?
and walked to her place of work.
Oh
But on this
shit.
particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that
How did I
moment,
get out?
she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my
It's
mind.
also under mind control.
I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so
Dude,
it was
you
only
still
a
need to
moment
call the
that she
ambulance
stood
or the
there,
police.
staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What? I am good. I am done. I am done with this game.
Forever.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
I think maybe I'll watch a YouTube video or of all the endings that you can do. I am too creeped out by the unknown.
Howard.
If this were in a cute graphics, I think I would be compelled to replay, but even so, I don't like repeating myself. If there were a teleport, maybe. So I am happy with this. Begin the game again. No, I'm gonna quit to menu. And to cleanse my brain, quit to
He was
desktop.
down so fast. He was down so fast.
Yes, I am so creeped out. Like, how long did you play the Stanley Parable?
A day.
A day? No, I cannot. I cannot. It is too creepy. Like, I will have nightmares. I am pretty sure I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.